but now I wanted to say that the last line on this slide, where it says for very short descriptions, the order really doesn't matter. If it's, you'll see in a lot of the examples they give in the quizzes and the homeworks and that, they'll say white shirt, yellow pants or yellow pants, and that's fine. If it's like two signs, object and the description, it doesn't really matter. It becomes important when you start dealing with longer descriptions, multiple ideas. Then it becomes really important. So you're going to want to practice identifying it and then expanding, identify and describe. Just so that it becomes natural to hit that topic first and then do it. Because otherwise you'll stick with what we've got with English. And then it will start to be uncomfortable. It'll start to be just wrong. All right. There was Ellen DeGeneres had a sitcom. And at one point there was confusion about this. The person signed it meaning blouse. She took it to mean her body. And as you can imagine, the compliment spun off in the wrong direction. So top, shirt, blouse. Now again, check all the vocab. Go through every time. Go through whatever it says in what's the sign for unit 8.3. Make sure you go through all of them because they'll also add variations. I've noticed that some of them have changed over the course of the semester. They've added some. So also, if it's got like a V in the front, they'll oftentimes do this to show that that's what the neckline does. We will draw the neckline as opposed to a necklace. A necklace will be like, we will show the actual necklace where we'll do it's basically a verb for this, the cut of the neckline. We will also describe, we'll use our arms to be both legs and arms. So if I do shirt that goes down to here, if I do pants that go down to the ankle, pants that, are just above the knee, those kind of things. We can also do boots, like boots that come up over the knee or are ankle length, so we will use the arms for arms and legs, and ultimately the hands for feet. So just be prepared for that. I'm going to go through all the vocab as a separate video again, but sleeve length, most of the time too, unless we'll set up, right? Set it up and then expand. So shirt, sleeve length here. shirt, collar. Shirt with two. Straps, we'll show the straps. Spaghetti straps, if they're thin or thick, depends on the hand. Poop, poop, right? Necklaces, I tend to sign necklace like this unless there's like a pendant, and then we'll sign the pendant here. Like, I feel like she's the first base coach, or giving some signal. Watch, we'll do this as opposed to bracelet or bracelet. Collar, like if your collar is up, most of the time we do collar down, but if collar comes up, you can do that. Boo, boo, boo. Puffy shoulders, right? So the fingers kind of wiggle as you go over. You got a ruffle. So our fingers will do the dancing for us. Jacket, or sometimes you'll see it with a Y. Jacket, I think the Y probably comes from the letter J. So most of the time we would now see it like this. Turtleneck, I've seen where you flip it up. I've also seen this turtleneck. Hoodie, hood. And that could be a hood on a jacket or a pullover. So again, necklines and collars. That's why if we do this, then most people are going to think this is a necklace as opposed to the plunging neckline, scoop, straight across. Cell phone. I guess this is what they mean by disco collar. Are they coming back in style? Am I just that old and out of it? Because I remember when they were around, and as a little kid, I thought they looked really stupid. Anyway, so collar, and then they just said like spread it out. You also can see people like if you do really long collars, you can actually illustrate. Ruffle or ruffle. Pants and shorts. Now pants, there are two signs. Most of the time on the East Coast, we use this, like drawing the pants, drawing the legs. West Coast tended to do this, boom, boom, like you're pulling up your pants. And because the textbooks, the most influential textbook came from the West Coast, this has become much more adopted for pants. So you will see that. There are different signs for blue jeans. Unfortunately, one of them also is the abbreviation. So you're on your own. Pockets. You'll show where the pockets are on any piece of clothing. So identify the clothing. You can see the color, blah, 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 any of the different pieces to it. Pockets is one. Cargo pants tend to be pants and then pockets down on the thighs, right? Bell bottoms, sign pants, and then to show that the pant legs flare out. Also, again, pants, where on the leg does the pant extend to? We can also do the shape for all of these clothing items. If they are thin, if they're leggings, you do pants and then because they're skin tight. Overalls, I've any variation on that. Some of them come all the way down. Some come here, like suspenders. Running pants or exercise pants or yoga. Shorts. And most of the time, if you'll do it at the bottom of your signing space, because I'm on camera, I don't have that much room, but shorts. As opposed to like a short skirt or a mini skirt, where you would sign skirt, which is just a small form of dress. Skirt and then pull it up, or skirt and it goes down. Skirt and it's pencil sort of dress, right? Dress, shum. To get dressed, oftentimes people will do this, or they'll make it, I got dressed. So we're talking about dress. dress. Oftentimes we'll do a double because it's the noun form. Und dresses and skirts. So you can actually show the outline of it. If it's like, or if it's all the way down, straps, however you want. If it's an empire waist, which is dress, right? So the flare would happen here as opposed to down here. Boom, boom. And if you're talking like a tutu, that kind of frilly, you would do that. Suits, and we usually just use tie. This is just the generic sign for tie. And if we do this, it either means bow tie or tuxedo. Oftentimes suit, boom, tie and coat, tuxedo jacket, and then we oftentimes will do very formal, very formal. Uniform. Sometimes you'll see it with uniform. Most people now just go with a very serious look in the face. Military uniform. Camo. There's nothing in what's the sign that adds to that. So I don't know why they did it. Maybe that's to come, or maybe they eliminated that. Pajamas, pajama, or sleep clothes. You'll also see people use wear. It's actually the sign for use. Sleep, use. Undergarments. Undergarments tend to have a face of sort of a prissy little, tiny little clothes, right? Or precious. It's a Gollum thing, my precious, right? And then swim. So how you use the clothes is a good way of adding that description. Swim clothes and then describe. So swim clothes is establishing it and then describe what it looks like. And then you could be like, maybe you have there are a few different signs for underwear. This generally tends to mean diaper. You know how you attach the diapers like there. There are regional signs for underwear. There was a pun I just remembered, and I don't want to do that because it'll just be confusing. So take a look at what's the sign. There's a couple different variations. I mean, there's like the diaper kind of underwear, and I think they do this as well in the one video. Bra, and shorts. So there's variations with each of those. Swimming shorts, swimming one piece, swimming bikini. We talked about pockets, blah, blah, blah. The abbreviation for most of them, right? XS. And XS, it tends to go, not excess, isn't too much, but XS, small, medium, large, XL, XL, XXL, XXS. You can also do small, medium, and large. There's no like extra large. This is an older sign for backpack, tends to be a hiking backpack. Backpack, like you've just pulled it on. There's one other one in the what's the sign, but I think that's their sign for it. It's one of the variations. A purse. You'll also sometimes see purse as in something that's on your side with a P. I think that's been fallen out of favor. Wallet. It's like a small book. Gloves or gloves. Earmuffs. And oftentimes For these specifically, they could be headphones. So people will say cold, put a music, headphones. Hat or hat, scarf, tie, bow tie, neckerchief. I'm Fred. Let's go solve a mystery. Right? Boom. Um, you can also do here or pum. These are the little ties that hang down. Um, belt, either belt or belt. Suspenders or suspenders. Cufflinks, tie clip, ring or ring, watch, bracelet or bracelet. If there are things like boom with things on it or with things on it. Right? Types of glasses or glasses. And you can do dark glasses, sunglasses or sun, finger spell it, glasses. You'll outline the shape. They're really thick. Like if you're talking about before getting LASIK. Earrings, boom, boom. And then you can then describe what kind of earrings. Was it boom, boom, the little baubles? Boom, boom. Most of the time it's earring and then draw the hoop and then you can show it if they like move around. And then you can describe like whatever's on it as well. If they're the fishhook earrings that loop through, um, earrings that dangle, earrings that are big chandeliers. So you could do a necklace, boom. I know this looks like, but you're extending it here. Oh, that's basically Marge Simpson's necklace, right? Boom, 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 boom. Get it. Socks. Now, most of the time people do it right out to the front, but the idea is you're knitting, right? If you do it pointing up, it's the sign for stars because they twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle, little socks. So I tend to do it downward only because for video it's much clearer and for class, but you'll oftentimes see it to the front. And then you can do socks. How high do they go? Footwear. Shoes. You'll see boots. It's got B's, so it's sort of out of favor. People will now do boots because you slip your feet into them. And then heels, or you could do like shoes and then show what is it. Is it a wedge? Does it get smaller? Is it a large platform? Heels, and then you can say how high. Running shoes, yoga shoes. So flip-flops tend to be like this. Sandals sometimes are like this if they're talking about stuff that goes between the toes, or you'll see like the straps that go over the top. So again, boots, like boots. Boom. If you're a pirate, maybe boots, and you fold over the top, right? So if you've got the thing and you just show that there's like a pattern, you could have stripes, big thick stripes or horizontal stripes. You could have thin stripes. You could have really thin stripes. Remember the facial expression. And I'm Charlie Brown. You can have like a paisley pattern, and usually we'll say what color, and then it'll be here's big thing, right? So that shows a big pattern all the way around. And if it's like flowers, boom, boom, boom. And so does it all swirl together, overlapping, or is it separate? Dots will tend to use these. So if it's big, let me say that. Boom, 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 boom. They're big dots. If they're small dots, we'll do this. Plaid, you draw the grid. Zigzag or wavy, you just show it. Oops. Then you're going to describe what animal print. So that's what I've seen. I've seen tiger, but tigers don't have that. Tigers have stripes, right? Zebra, it'd be black and white stripes. Like giraffe. So again, take a look at what's the sign. It gives a couple of examples. And the discussion stuff that we will be doing in class. So I'll go through all the vocab, and then I'm starting to type in right now all of the assignment advice. Now I want to look at one thing in the what's the sign. There's mention of signs for Dwarfism Awareness Month and Little People of America. And there's no explanation in the chapter of why that's there. It's not even part of the rationale or one of the snapshots. So that strikes me as that's been added in the time since we've started this semester. But take a look at the signs. It's worth just being familiar with them, but I'm not going to put any extra time into teaching it because it's not technically part of the curriculum. And I'll type all these things in. So that is the lecture. There's nothing really grammatically that takes place in here except for that description thing, set up and describe. If it's just two mentions like red car, then it really doesn't matter which order. Okay, and that's really it.